Hi, everybody. How are you tonight? It's Gretchen, Gretchen Shepherd with Keeping It Real and Story in Art. So, I'm unable to be with you tonight live. I might be in a premiere with you, but chances are I am in a spot where there's no reception, and I didn't want you to miss out on a story. So, I put together some and have them ready to put out with you for you when I'm not able to be here in person. So, thanks so much for coming tonight. Tonight's story is a book that is pretty unique in the awards that it's won. We have talked in the past about the Caldecott Medal and the Caldecott Honor, an award given to the best picture book in any given year. And then the other book that we haven't really talked about, book awards so much, is the Newbery. And that is equally as prestigious, but generally done for chapter books, for juvenile chapter books, young adult. And this book tonight has managed to, it's a picture book, Last Stop on Market Street, and it has managed to not only get the Caldecott Honor, as you can see right there, but it won the Newbery. Wow. I remember when this book was part of the Washington Children's Choice Picture Book Award nominee group, and I wasn't so sure about it myself. And the kids would come in and they'd get it, and they just really loved it. So finally, I gave in because there were some really cute ones that year, and I was reading the cute, fun ones that I liked. And then I gave in and sat down and read this one with them. I got it. I got why it was so special. So tonight I get to read it for you guys. Now, the author is Matt de la Pena, and he has done some pretty amazing things. He has a New York Times best-selling author, a Newbery Medal winning author for 7 young adult novels, including Mexican White Boy, We Were Here, and Superman Dawnbreaker, and 5 picture books, including Last Stop on Market Street and Love. He's received his MFA in creative writing from San Diego State University and his BA from the University of Pacific, where he attended school on a full athletic scholarship for basketball. In 2019, he was given an honorary doctorate, and he from the University of the Pacific, and he currently lives in Brooklyn, New York with his family and teaches creative writing and visits schools and colleges throughout the country. I thought that was really amazing to see how accomplished he is in such a short time. And so you can see some of the books that he's done here. These are for the chapter books for older kids. I always call them chapter books. He did the Infinity Ring series. I didn't know that. Huh, that's cool. And then these picture books, which Milo Imagines the World has gotten lots of publicity. Love, Carmela, Full of Wishes, Last Stop on Market Street, A Nation's Hope, which is about Joe Louis. And this book, Miguel and the Grand Harmony, has a tie-in with Disney's movie Coco, which I thought was real interesting with that. He's quite an accomplished author, and he is not the illustrator. The illustrators are by Christian Robinson. Let me see if I can find something for that for you on him. So I found it. So his book, oops, what's that doing there? his book is, his website is called The Art of Fun. And let's see what I can find out about him. He is an illustrator, author, animator, and a designer based in Oakland, California. He was born in Los Angeles and grew up in a small one-bedroom apartment with his brother, 2 cousins, aunt, and grandmother. Drawing became a way to make space for himself and to create the kind of world he wanted to see. Oh my gosh. He studied animation at California Institute of the Arts and would later work with the Sesame Workshop and Pixar Animation Studios before becoming an illustrator of books for children. The Christian Robinson for Target collection, released in August 2021, includes more than 70 items across home and apparel for kids and babies. Oh my goodness. So he's kind of expanded. And his books include the #1 Times bestseller, Last Stop on Market Street. And he was awarded a Caldecott honor for that. And the Coretta Scott King Illustrator honor on the Newbery Medal. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And he also did the illustrations for The Bench, written by Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. His solo projects include Another, which was named a New York Times bestseller, and You Matter. He collaborated with Matt de la Pena on Milo Imagines the World also, which received 6-starred reviews and was #1 indie bestseller and New York Times bestseller. Yay! That's cool. He has a goal of seeing the Aurora Borealis. That's pretty cool. Anyway, his books, you can see the work that he's done. Oh, wow. Oh, Gaston. He did Gaston. This book is such a good book. I love that one. Oh, my. So, how fun is that? So, those are the author and the illustrator of tonight's book, Last Stop on Market Street. I hope you enjoy it. I think you're going to like it. It's a very cool book. Last Stop on Market Street. Words by Matt de la Pena. Pictures by Christian Robinson. For Luna and her 2 grandmas. I love it. Oh, cool. CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps. The outside air smelled like freedom, but it also smelled like rain. Just a sec. Let me hide something. There we go. It also smelled like rain, which freckled CJ's shirts and dripped down his nose. He ducked under his Nana's umbrella, saying, "How come we gotta wait for a bus in all this wet?" "Trees get thirsty too," his Nana told him. "Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw?" CJ looked for a long time, but he never saw a straw. From the bus stop, he watched water pool on flower petals, watched rains patter against the windshield of a nearby car. His friend Colby climbed in and gave CJ a wave and drove off with his dad. "Nana, how come we don't got a car?" "Boy, what do we need a car for? We got a bus that breathes fire. And old Mr. Dennis, who always has a trick for you." The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged, and the doors swung open. "What's that I see?" Mr. Dennis asked. He pulled a coin from behind CJ's ear and placed it in his palm. Nana laughed her deep laugh and pushed CJ along. They sat right up front. The man across the way was tuning a guitar. An old woman with curlers had butterflies in a jar. Nana gave everyone a great big smile and said, "Good afternoon." She made sure CJ did the same. The bus lurched forward and stopped, lurched forward and stopped. Nana hummed as she knit. "How come we always gotta go here after church?" CJ asked. "Miguel and Colby never have to go nowhere." "I feel sorry for those boys," she told him. "They'll never get a chance to meet Bobo or the Sunglass Man. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat." CJ stared out the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched cars zip by on either side, watched a group of boys hop curbs on bikes. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat. "How come that man can't see?" "Boy, what do you know about seeing?" Nana told him. "Some people watch the world with their ears." "That's a fact. Their noses, too," the man said, sniffing at the air. "That's a mighty fine perfume you're wearing today, ma'am." Nana squeezed the man's hand and laughed her deep laugh. Two older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and stood in the back. "Sure wish I had one of those," he said. Nana set down her knitting. "What for? You got the real live thing sitting right across from you. Why don't you ask that man if he'll play us a song?" CJ didn't have to. The guitar player was already plucking strings and beginning to sing. "To feel the magic of music," the blind man whispered, "I like to close my eyes." Nana closed hers too. So did CJ and the spotted dog. And in the darkness, the rhythm lifted CJ out of the bus, out of the busy city. He saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waves, saw a family of hawks slicing through the sky, saw the old woman's butterflies dancing free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him the feeling of magic. The song ended and CJ opened his eyes. Everyone on the bus clapped, even the boys in the back. Nana glanced at the coin in CJ's palm. CJ dropped it in the man's hat. "Last stop on Market Street," Mr. Dennis called. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors, graffiti-tagged windows and boarded-up stores. He reached for his Nana's hand. "How come it's always so dirty over here?" She smiled and pointed to the sky. "Sometimes, when you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, you're a better witness for what's beautiful." CJ saw the perfect rainbow arcing over the soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found the beautiful where he never even thought to look. He looked all around them again, at the bus rounding the corner of this out of sight, and the broken street lamps still lit up bright, and the stray cat shadows moving across the wall. When he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, "I'm glad we came." He thought his Nana might laugh, her deep laugh, but she didn't. She patted him on the head and told him, "Me too, CJ. Now come on." And that's the last stop on Market Street. A really beautiful story of a little boy and his grandmother and the little lessons that Grandma teaches him about finding the beauty all around. That is all about beauty hidden in plain sight. I tell you, love this book. I really like this book. It's just such a great, all the little lessons, all the little things that he sees, and the illustrations, the way the illustrations are done, when he starts to see the rhythm, like right, where is it? There we go. This one. The little boy. I mean, it's just, it does on the iPad where I've got it. You can't see the fold out. I wonder if I can. I did the iPad because you could see the pages a little bit better. But if you see, here, let me pull it, go back to, there we go. Here, you can see the, get that out of the way. See how the illustrations go across? Just the way they're done is so beautiful. It's a combination almost some pages look almost collage-like, but then they're painted in this beautiful, simple strokes that he has. I love the way he did the tattoos, and then the simplicity right here, the patterns of her babushka. So cool. And she's got her butterflies. Look at the butterflies. Just little triangles. But it all works together so well. No wonder the story won the Newbery and an honor for illustration from the Caldecott. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Yep. Such a great book. Yeah. Well, everybody, that is tonight's story. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of a story. I couldn't be with you live, so I brought you a beautiful story that really does show that beauty hidden in plain sight all around it. Just sometimes we have to open our eyes to it or let someone else open our eyes to it. So until next time, you guys, take care, stay healthy, show some kindness, and look for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. Above, around, underneath your feet, and inside you. Until next time, you guys, take care.